In this video, we're going to talk about layouts in your build and how to figure out what works for you. Okay, so let's talk about layouts. Why we chose the layouts we have in our van and in our campers that we've owned in the past, and what we've learned from them, and how we can maybe provide some advice on how other people might decide.
Right, different things to think about.
Yeah, different things that may work for them. So layouts, what we've realized, we've owned 5 different campers. 4 of them we've bought, ready built. The van is the only one that we built ourselves. But because we went through these 4 different campers that have significantly different layouts, one from the other, we realized what we needed and what we didn't need, what was important, what wasn't. It's easy to do that because we live in it full time, but it's also important to kind of figure out, what works for you, and especially if you're going to downsize, what to get rid of. If you're upgrading, getting a bigger camper every time and always adding more space, it doesn't matter as much. I think if you're starting out with like a pickup truck with a shell, and you just have a bed in the back, and then you're upgrading to a truck camper, and then up to a trailer, and up to a fifth wheel, and up to a motorhome, this is probably not the topic that you care about. But for those of you that want to travel into harder to get to places, and you're realizing having to downsize is the way to do it, then this may be important to you. And also, if you are living in your camper full time, this is also important to you, because I feel like if you're just doing it part-time, a few weeks or even a few months at a time, or even for just like a year, and then you go back to a house, you can do it in anything. I think anybody can live a year. You can live a year in a tent, set it up every night if you wanted to. But to build something, to choose a layout that works for you for the foreseeable future, long term, I think that's the tricky one. And for us, or for me, you can tell me if you agree or not.
Okay.
What makes sense for us is to figure out what your lifestyle requires you to do. For example, like, do you need to work? Do you need a desk? Do you have to shower every day for personal reasons, or maybe they have to go into the office? Maybe they live in their car, but then they work in an office. Do you have a lot of gear that you have to carry? Or do you have mountain bikes, or do you rock climb? Do you paraglide, or do you do all this other stuff? So those are all things that you have to figure out. But for us, what we figured out is based on like how much time do we spend each day doing certain things. So obviously, for most people, you're going to spend probably the biggest block of your time sleeping. And then the next block of your time sitting down. And then the next block of your time just standing around doing chores, washing dishes, cooking, or organizing, or whatever, right? So you actually spend quite a small part of your day, or we spend quite a small part of our day going to the bathroom, taking showers, and
even though there's 5 of us and all those little times add up, it's
true.
Doesn't
it's true.
add up to other things we do.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have a lot of people for that bathroom to be occupied full time. We're not quite there yet. I don't think we're gonna. We're never gonna get there.
No.
So that's when we decided. So our Airstream had a full-time bed, had a couch that converted to a bed, and had a dining table that converted to a bed. We decided that converting that dining table to the bed was never something we liked to do.
No.
So we knew right away that was our second camper actually. The first time we lived in full time.
Yeah.
That we never wanted a dinette. Actually, we ended up having a dinette that converts to a table, but we hated doing that in the truck camper. And we had a shower. We had a bathroom. The bathroom was separated. Yeah, with a hallway in the middle. The bathroom, the toilet we used, we realized that in the next camper that was space that was better utilized doing something else. In the shower, we actually ended up just storing stuff in most of the time in the Airstream.
The kids were really little, so we had like a play center and boxes of diapers and their toys.
Yeah, you open the shower door, it's like
the broom falls
stuff crammed in there sideways. So every time we want to take a shower, all the stuff had to come out. They'd go on the bed or go on the couch or something. So, we didn't. So we realized, okay, forget showers. Like those are the things. If we're going to downsize, those go. So in our 4-wheel camper, we didn't get a shower. We didn't get a toilet. You have a sink already for your kitchen. Mm-hmm. Some people don't like brushing their teeth at the kitchen sink, but
that was a weird for me to like. The idea of spitting my toothpaste into where my dishes go, but then I got
and then you realize you can just wash it, clean it, go down the drain.
We're not gross. Don't listen
We're not
to
gross.
him.
Yeah. So, we ditched the bathroom, the full-time bathroom. Mm-hmm. We didn't need that. We ditched the shower. We didn't need that. We ended up just we'll do a video where we talk about different ways that we shower at some point.
We shower, but we just don't shower.
Yeah, we shower outside.
Well, we do.
We've showered inside too.
Yeah. That's
we figured out.
Video. That's a
we figured out how to put a tub in the middle of the floor and a curtain around us and just pour warm water over our heads.
It's awesome.
So you can shower, but you spend so little time of your day showering. Anyways, why dedicate such a large space?
And when you say we don't have a toilet, we do have a toilet, but it's not a permanent installed toilet. With its
right. We don't have a room.
Area. Yeah.
That our toilet lives in.
We have a portable toilet.
Yeah. So those two are the things to go. What we felt was important is full-time beds. Because there are 5 people, it's important for everybody to be able to just go to their bed and lay down and relax whenever they want it, especially if we have long driving days. Mm-hmm. In a house or in an apartment, you don't feel like that. Oh, if I want to sit down and relax, I sit on the couch. I don't sit down and relax on the bed. We didn't used to. Now we do. Mm-hmm. We're in Marlene's parents' apartment in Split, Croatia right now. We want to relax. We go lay down in our bed because we're used to doing that in the van, in the camper.
Couch?
So, you'll soon realize that bed is important. When it's not made and when it's converted to something else, it's really annoying because somebody wants to lay down, they can't do it.
But I think to go back, our first full-time trailer was an Airstream. We didn't have a permanent bed for everybody.
No.
We had one for ourselves, but for the kids, there was a pack and play. There was a gaucho couch.
Which is like a futon
and then
thing.
co-sleeping. So there was always movement of pillows and comforters and pack and plays. And then when we went to the 4-wheel camper, the kids had a permanent bed. We had to pop it up to get in, but they have a permanent bed. But ours was our dinette also. Yeah. So that was annoying to do. So most of the time that was
we just kept it in bed.
Which was bad for you because you didn't have a desk that you wanted on the dinette. And that's what caused us to get a casita trailer to tow behind. So we could live in there and you can leave the dinette in desk mode for you to work in the 4-wheel camper.
Right.
But then we're towing something and we didn't like that feeling again. And in the casita, we still converted Luca's bed. So
which was the easiest thing to convert of all the things.
But you're still like, where do I put this pillow? Yeah. Mom, I want to lay down in my own bed. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was annoying again. But with the Sprinter now that we built out, permanent beds for the first time in our 12 years.
Everybody lay down whenever they want all the time.
It's so awesome.
And we still have a way for me to sit down and work at a desk now that we have the Lagoon table set up and the swivel seats in the front.
Yeah, so it's the first time that we had both.
Yeah.
That we needed.
So if you haven't seen our van tour, we have a van tour video up on our YouTube channel, on our Molly Mish YouTube channel. You can go check that out. Mm-hmm. So you can see how the layout, how the bed is set up, and how the seats swivel, and how we have the lounge area in the front.
I mean, if we made a convertible bed, we could have had way more awesome pictures in the back of the van with scenery and us sitting there and oh, look how pretty this is. But for living on the road like we do, that is, for us to last this way, make everything so easy and simple, and then you could focus on the other things that we need to do daily.
And I think a lot of complaints, when you do hear about them, it's about, the different ways that people live. Even if you're a couple, some couples one of them likes to stay up late, one of them likes to go to bed early, one of them likes to sit on the bed and work, one of them likes to sit on the couch and work. So it's if you have your bed that also converts to a couch, one person is always going to be unhappy. Yeah. You know, so to be able to have permanent beds, I think is a really good idea if you have a camper that can support, you know, that setup. Mm-hmm. So, you know, in thinking about a lot of the stuff, of course, there are other layouts that could work in this situation too. It's just we like our layout, and it was a very simple way to put it together, and we had a short amount of time to do it. Mm-hmm. And we built it really strong, so even after 2 years, there's hardly any wear and tear that we've seen.
I'm not worried about it collapsing on us.
No, it's probably too strong. In fact, we use 3/4 inch plywood instead of 1/2 inch ply, so it's one of the reasons why we're probably heavier than we need it to be. But, you know, that's better safe than sorry. So, yeah, so we're happy with the layout. And bottom line is, when you decide to build your own camper, figure out the layout. Keep all these different things in mind. How much time do you spend doing the things that you have to do every day? And make those your priority. And if having a shower is a huge priority for you, by all means, build a shower. You'll be happy that you did. If having a full-time, you know, toilet room with a door that shuts is important to you, by all means, do that. It wasn't our priority, but it doesn't mean it's not right for you. But as long as you're thinking about these different things and, you know, what may make a difference for you, your happiness long term while you're living this thing, then do it the way you want. There's not one right way to do it, which is why I think when you see a lot of factory built vans and they all end up looking the same, there's a lot of compromises that these factory vans have to do. These factory vans have to build layouts that accommodate multiple people. So that's what you end up seeing a lot of these things that kind of are a compromise one way or another. Like, oh, we want to make this this bed on a, you know, with a motorized lift that goes up and down. Sure, that's great. It goes out of the way. You can have your couch underneath, or you can have your bikes underneath and go. But when it's up, people can't lay down. And if you're gonna have it down all the time, then why have the complicated mechanism that goes up and down and expensive and heavy and, you know, difficult to maintain potentially anyways. So I want to share that sort of idea, the concept of choosing your layout with you guys. I hope this is helpful to you. If you guys have any questions, ask them in the comments below and we'll be happy to answer them.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.